Hello, my name is Rob Jones and I'm privileged to be working with Wales-wide, currently travelling across the four corners of Wales, meeting with church leaders and churches and seeing some remarkable things that God is doing across Wales today. And I'd like to share one of those stories with you. One of my friends is a senior leader of a church in Beaufort, Vale, which is at the top of the Valleys region, the eastern valleys of Wales. 8 years ago, this church began, and it has been a church in the community, for the community, since its beginning. But over the last 2 years especially, the leaders felt a very strong sense that God was speaking to them about really praying to be thirsty for God to move. That has resulted in a whole change of attitude and heart amongst the leaders. And as they have prayed and sought God, they felt that one of the things that they needed to do was to reach out to the hopeless and the helpless and those in poverty within their community. So they began a CAP Centre, which is a Christians Against Poverty Debt Advice Centre, and have currently been working with at least 18 families in that process. They've also been working with the food bank, bringing food and resource to people who are in desperate situations. Over the season, this is what has happened. Many of the people who have encountered the church and the love of God through the giving of food and the help to come free of debt have found the grace and the mercy and the love of God beginning to touch their lives. This has resulted in a remarkable season of blessing and grace and outpouring of God's Spirit in Beaufort in Vale. Church on the Rise, as it's called, has seen the church almost double in size since the summer of 2012. Prior to the summer, they were seeing in the region of 35-40 people gather regularly on a Sunday. Now they're seeing in excess of 70 people gather. Many of them brand new believers in Jesus, having discovered and encountered the love and the grace of God through this compassionate ministry that the church has been doing. The senior leader, Wayne, shares great stories about individuals within this story. But he says this, that the scripture that has touched their hearts comes from the writings of the prophet Isaiah, who says this, that when you spend yourselves on behalf of the hungry, then your light will rise in the darkness. Then you will be like a well-watered garden that will never run dry. The church on the Rise in Vale is experiencing a great season. And I would like to say it's a season all of us can experience.